Hey, Facebook Live, all my friends, family, loved ones out there, all my beautiful clients, and those who are regular followers. If this is your first time watching me live, let me know, say hi so that I can say hello. If you're a regular watcher, pop in and say hi, because hopefully I know you and I know that I just love you. And if you are watching this portion of the Facebook Live on replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay. You can jump in, comment along as if you are watching live. So you guys, I really want to come on here and talk to you guys about the big, ugly F word, fear. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Val Nichols, and I help highly ambitious women who are very serious about building their business, calling in their ideal clients, making sales, either starting or building their current business. I help them to achieve those goals, push past the fear, and freaking make some money, turn your passion into profit. So if that sounds like you, keep on watching because I have some amazing messages for you today. Hey, Carol. Oh my goodness. One of my girls there. Love you so much. Hello, hello. Hello, Christina. Hi, hi. Hello, Miss Lisa. Hi, hi. Hello. So how about fear? How many of you beautiful, audacious women out there have been completely frozen by fear? Give me a heart, give me something. Let me know that you are with me here. Fear. It can do the craziest things to us. Am I right? Sometimes what fear can do is it can get us just so stuck. I was talking to someone earlier today that is just this close to getting through a course that she needs to get through to advance her business. And she's this close, yet she's kind of hanging on to this thing. And once we started talking through it, we started working through some of those underlying fears. Lisa says, false evidence appearing real. 2 thumbs down. Yes. Hello, passion and purpose. Hey, Carol. Hello, hello. Yes, passion and purpose are 2 of my big buzzwords. So I was talking to this woman, and once we were able to push past some of these fears that she had, I identified within her that she was so afraid of making a decision, of moving forward, that she was literally in this holding pattern where she was just kind of stuck. She was afraid to start this business. She was afraid to move forward in this business. That for someone like me, I know her and I know how she is. I know her energy and all of that. It is so obvious that she is going to excel as being an NLP coach. She's going to just kick so much butt. She's going to make huge transformations. And it's so obvious for someone like me, a coach, to see that she is going to excel at this thing. But she was so stuck in her fear that she just wasn't making a decision. She wasn't finishing her course. She wasn't moving forward. And what I noticed, and let me know if this is familiar to you guys, because this is me a year ago. This is me 5 years ago. This is me 10 years ago. She was so spread out, right? Because when we're too afraid to make a decision to move forward, what we end up doing is we can get shiny syndrome, where we're like, ooh, this sounds good, and this sounds good, and this sounds good. And we can disguise that as, hey, we're just trying to fill things out. We're trying to, wait for divine guidance. We're trying to decide what we're going to do to move forward. However, the crippling side of that is, if we are in a holding pattern where we are holding ourselves back because of fear, whether that means we will say that we're committed to a program, right? So let's say you're like, okay, I'm all in. Val, I want to do your Audacious Entrepreneur program. I want to join in and learn how to create profits from my passion. And then, a couple days go by, and next thing you know, I get that message with the same old excuses and timing's not right. I don't have the money. Well, I say, great, let's work through that. Every single one of those excuses is a fear. It is an underlying fear. Just like Lisa said earlier, false evidence appearing real. It is a fear, especially when it comes to money. We can have so much resistance around investing in ourselves, investing in our business. And this can come up as, a lot of times women will feel guilty about investing in themselves, about putting themselves forward, on the front burner instead of being on the back burner, which I know so many people have the tendency to do, especially as women. We have a tendency to put ourselves on the back burner. Or we might feel guilty about spending that much money, but it's that whole shift of being in the employee mindset where you are, you're getting a paycheck, you're working for somebody, you look for corners to cut, you look for ways to cut down on your expenses. And when you shift into this CEO mindset, because each one of you out there, whether you want to start a business, if you're looking to start a business, if you have a multi-level marketing, a network marketing business, or if you are a consultant or a coach, or if you have an eyelash beauty counter, if you do whatever it is that you do, if you're a real estate agent, if you're selling cookies on, in a store, you are a CEO. You are the CEO of your business. And so what we need to do is make that little shift. Who am I kidding? It's not a little shift. It's a big shift. We need to make that shift into understanding that we are no longer just spending money. We are literally investing in ourselves. Whatever your trigger is when it comes to investing in yourself or investing in your business, whether that is money, which is a huge one for people. Right now I have my Women of Worth program. We're on week 5 already. It's a 6-week program and we're on week 5. Which I can't believe. I'm so sad that it's over. But we've been deep diving into all of those mindset beliefs, all of that work that it takes to push through the fear when it comes to attracting money with ease. Some of the women in that program have pushed through a ton of fear, and all of a sudden they're like, wow, I can't even believe it, because right now I'm attracting all this money that I'm not working for, and I don't know how to wrap my head around that, because this is easy money. I'm in the flow. I'm just feeling that energy, and it's a little bit of a hard place to get into when you're not used to that energy. Hey, Tamra. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Kay. Hello. All my ladies on here. So what is your trigger? What is your trigger when it comes to fear? Are you the type of person maybe who keeps pushing things off? Right? Does this sound familiar? The timing isn't right. When this happens, then I'll be ready. Right now I'm dealing with sickness, or with, my husband got laid off, or whatever it is, all of these things, all of that just comes from a deeply rooted fear where we are stopping ourselves. We are blocking ourselves. And I'm going to let you guys know, as a coach, I want to let you know, out of total and complete service and a heart of love, that when we are making excuses like that, when we keep putting it off till someday, tomorrow, when this is in alignment, it's never going to come. Because each time we allow our excuses to give us an out, then what happens is we just keep, it's almost like when you're driving in a rut and you keep, the rut keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. What happens is we just start, compounding on that. We start building on that. And when we let our excuses get in the way of something that we really, truly want, then we just keep reaffirming to ourselves that we are the type of person who's not going to follow through on our word. And I know, you guys, that sounds a little bit harsh, but as a coach, it is my job to come to you guys out of love and to hopefully inspire you into taking inspired action. And I totally get it. I used to be that type of person that it was very, very scary for me to invest in myself. I remember like it was yesterday, honestly, whenever the opportunity came up that I could be a part of a program or invest in a coach or do whatever it was that I was going to do, I would get so locked in fear. And my brain would just start coming up with all of these excuses and all of these reasons, because when I really dug deep down, what was really going on underneath all of that stuff that was swirling and valid excuses that I could come up with was I did not trust myself to follow through. I was so afraid that if I committed to that thing, there would then be expectations. Does anyone follow? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? There'd be expectations on me, and I wasn't sure I could handle those expectations. And you guys, with every level comes new struggles, new fear that pops up. And believe me, even with, right now I'm in this season where my business is expanding. And at the beginning of the year, I was so terrified because I was very comfortable in the spot where I was at with the amount of clients I had, with the amount of programs I had running. I was very comfortable in that space. But I knew I wanted to expand. I knew it was time to hire some people again. And I was gridlocked in fear. Of course, oh my gosh, what if I hire someone and then there's an expectation? And what if they see that I'm a fraud and I'm not really good enough in my business? And what if I can't pay them? And what if, all of these excuses started coming up, and I started opening spots for new clients. And I was like, what if I can't meet this expectation? What if I double book? What if all these things, all the overwhelm and all of the fear came popping up. I'm going to read some of these comments. Lauren says, oh, I feel distractions get in the way, too many excuses. Yes, that's a great thing to know. And that's a good thing to also push through and dig a little deeper and get curious, ask the right questions about why that's happening. Finances and ideas. Yes. Lauren says, I need a kick in the rear end. I will be that kick in your rear end. Let's talk. Lauren says, dude, I didn't realize that was it, but yes, absolutely. And I know, you guys, this is a huge fear. This is across the board. Like I said, I just dealt with this again in my business where I had all of these fears coming up and resistance because I was too afraid. I was so afraid I was going to get so busy that I would need to hire someone again to coach along with me. And honestly, the last time that I did that, I had a business in 2012, 2013, where we were doing a ton of events, live events. They were huge. We had a lot of stuff going on. And at that time, I was not equipped to the point that I needed to be equipped. And the business partner I chose and I were not on the same page at all. It was like writing was on the wall. It was very obvious that we were not in the same, our beliefs were so different. It was just so different. But I wanted to make this work so badly that I pushed past those red flags. And I'm not saying that, she's a wonderful, beautiful person, successful in her own right. However, where we wanted to move the business was totally different. I got caught up in overwhelm. I got caught up in all of that. So I realized there was a lot of that residual fear. And so what I did is I almost got frozen, right? I was frozen. I didn't want to make a decision. I didn't want to move forward. So I got stuck in this thing where I wasn't creating. I wasn't taking on any new clients. I was kind of just comfortable where I was at. And I knew in my heart, I knew that I was called for so much more. Being comfortable, that's not why I'm put on this earth. That is not why I'm on this earth, you guys. And I know if you're watching this live, it is most likely not where you were put either. I'm looking at your cute little bubbles. I know all of you, and I know each and every single one of you is placed on this earth with a passion and a purpose. And the world is just waiting. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness, to step into that calling, and to say yes. So that's exactly what I had to do in my business. What I did is I sat down with my business coach, and she recognized these things. And that's the thing, you guys, no matter how much experience you have, I always encourage you to continue learning, always continue that learning cycle. Get in a mastermind group, get in group coaching, get a coach, whatever, because there's a lot of times we can really fool ourselves and we might not see that we're stuck in our own excuses. And that's what happened to me earlier this year in January or February. My coach just reflected back to me out of love and out of just total and complete, knowing what was going on with me. She said, okay, great. So you're making these excuses and what actions, what decisions do you need to make right now? What decisions do you need to make that are going to move you forward? Because either you're going to sit here and spin your wheels in this rut, or you're going to take some action and you're going to move forward. So I'll share this story with you guys. Carol, I feel my heart keeps telling me to just do it. Yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness. You were just in my program I ran, and I know that you have the passion and you have the desire, and absolutely just move forward. Instead of saying, let me challenge you on this. Let me offer a different perspective. If it's finances that are holding you back, perhaps instead of thinking, I will do it when I'm ready. I will do it when the time's right. I will do it when I have the money. Get creative and get resourceful is crap, because let me tell you, the best business owners are the ones who are resourceful. And let me tell you, when I have had those types of opportunities, when I've had those types of fears, I no longer am energetically available to say, I can't do that. I can't do it. I now say, how am I going to figure out how I can? If I want it bad enough, I will figure out how I'm going to do it. You guys, like I haven't had to do this in a long time, but I remember, 7 years ago when I first went into my, when I signed up to be certified as a coach, the program was, pretty expensive, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. I was working as a restaurant manager, making, it's embarrassing how much I was making, but it was not very much. And I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I got resourceful. I started selling stuff. I started doing hair for my friends on the side to make money. I was a licensed beautician. I got out a credit card and just said, okay, I'm just stepping out in faith. Sometimes it's like that shift I was just talking about, to go from being an employee to a CEO. Sometimes we literally just have to step up. I was talking Tony Robbins earlier. Excuse me. You'll have to excuse me. Sometimes we literally have to take that step of faith to show the universe that we are serious. Your subconscious mind will kick into gear and figure the rest out for you. Sometimes we need to just take that step of faith. Honestly. There's been so many times in my life when I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how, Tamara, woo, step up. I'm about to break out into dance, you guys. Woo, this is high vibe. Woo, I'm on fire right now. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. So sometimes we literally need to just take that step of faith and just go for it. There's been so many times in my life when I'm like, I'm going to look like a fool. I'm going to be rejected. I'm going to, people are going to not like me. People are going to judge me. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. I don't know what my husband's going to think. Oh my gosh, my friends are going to make fun of me. Am I going to have friends? What am I going to do? I don't know what to do. But when you shift into an audacious entrepreneur mindset, you get resourceful. You figure it out. You start getting so creative and you start kicking up the notch. I know that Cher, who just jumped on, she's in my money mindset program, Women of Worth program. And we talked about that in the last week. How do we shift into that space where we are so creative, where we start getting our juices flowing so much that we're no longer stopped by limitations. We are no longer stopped by a no, because you guys, believe me, in my younger days, you guys are going to think I'm a mess when I say all this, but in my younger days, I was all over. I'm an ENFP, which means that I'm just kind of like, woo, visionary all over the place. And it's gotten much better in my older age, but in my 20s, I was all over the place. Like I did modeling and acting and went to beauty school, and I was in business school, and I had a marketing company that I was all over the place. And you guys, believe me, I heard no more times than I want to admit on this Facebook Live, but we cannot be stopped by our limitations. if you're serious about where you want to go in life and you want it bad enough, you will take that leap of faith. You will commit to it. And once you get in alignment of committing to that, I'm looking at Tamara right now because we literally just had this conversation, and I'm not going to share too much details about it, but she said yes, right? She said yes to something. She made a shift in her mindset. She said yes. And I am not kidding. You could not even have predicted or planned the things that fell into place for her after she said yes. Like, it was literally like she said yes, and then boom, 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 boom. Everything fell into place. When we are committed and we say yes, and we take that leap of faith, and we go all in for the thing that we want, nothing will stop you. You guys, let me tell you, after February, when I had that little rut I was in my business where I was wanting to expand, but I didn't want to expand because of fear. Right after that, my coach said, okay, you need to make 3 decisions. What are 3 decisions that you need to make right now that are going to move you forward? And I said, well, I want to go to Tony Robbins, and I've been hemming and hawing. I've been going back and forth. You know, I want to go to Unleash the Power Within in LA. It's happening in like 2 weeks, right? At this point, it was 2 weeks. And I'd been thinking about this since November of 2018, when they had a flash sale on Black Friday. There was a flash sale. And at that point, I could have bought a ticket, bought one and got one free. And so I asked my husband if he wanted to go. And I know some of you guys have heard this story, so bear with me. But my husband is he's an introvert. Like, he is not like me. He's not like coming on Facebook Lives like, wah, like me. You know, he's a man of less words, and he's very intelligent. He's on like the advising committee of our church. And like, he's a great resourceful guy, but he's very logical, and he kind of keeps me down to earth sometimes, which is great. He did not want to go to Tony Robbins. No interest whatsoever. I showed him a video of it, and he's like, 15,000 people? No thanks. You can go and have fun. So I kept hemming and hawing because we also had this trip to Costa Rica that I was kind of planning. And then we found out that he needed to go back to get licensed for this business he's taking over. So he was in school. So that kind of put Costa Rica out. So in the end of February, I'm sitting here going, I need to just make a decision. I need to make a decision. And for me, nowadays, it's literally, my motto is, if it's not a heck yes, and I go all in, then it's a no. And then I have to shut the door and not allow myself to keep going back and forth, because that's exhausting. For those of you who've been there, let me know. It's exhausting when you're like, oh, maybe, I don't know, back and forth. So I made the decision that morning. I said, I'm all in. That's it. I am going to Tony Robbins. It is going to happen. It doesn't even matter. I don't care. I'm going. I'm all in. Once I made that commitment, Kayla, hello. Yes, I live by this now. Yes, girl, you have definitely been the one that steps out, takes that step of faith. You do it. You've said yes. You've done it. I've watched you grow. It's been amazing. You're a great example of that. So I committed. I said, I'm all in. That morning, I went onto the website, and the tickets had gone up to $1,600 for a general admission, which is all the way in the back. If you guys have never been to a Tony Robbins event, 15,000 people in this room. So the back is like way back there. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I have that money, but that's a hard pill to swallow when I could have gotten a ticket for $625 back in November if I would have taken action. So I didn't stop from there. I got resourceful AF. I got resourceful. You guys, I went on Craigslist. I went down to San Diego's Craigslist, and I typed in UPW. There was people on there selling tickets, general admission, $800, all these things. I messaged a couple of them, and I said, I'm not done. I am going. I'm going. This is it. So I did the next right thing. I went and I booked a ticket to make sure I could get there and back. Ticket price, not too bad, 300 something bucks. Not bad. Great. Done. And so then I got this crazy idea. to go on Facebook. I got a crazy idea to go on Facebook. Go figure. I go on Facebook and in the little search bar, I just type in UPW LA. The very first post that pops up is this woman, Harper MG. And she says, hey, I've got an extra ticket. If anyone wants it, $425. I'm like, yeah. I message her right away. She messages me back. Boom, boom, boom. We're done. Everything's paid for. And she goes, oh, by the way, do you want to stay at this Airbnb with us? Like, yeah, it's $200. We're all splitting the cost. And I'm like, yeah, because I was also looking at hotels and they were so expensive in downtown LA. And so I said, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I'm taking the leap of faith. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm going to do it. And so like that, signed, sealed, delivered. I am not kidding. Within 4 hours of me making the decision, plane ticket bought, place to stay secured, ticket purchased, I ended up staying with 4 of the most amazing women I have ever met in my life. And I can't even tell you guys, yes, that's how I met Tira, my soul sister. So I can't even tell you guys how amazingly that worked out because, long story short, we all ended up being so freaking soul aligned. And the very first night we were sitting there, and Tamara can vouch for this, we were sitting around this table. We were in this moment of flow where it was like the rest of the world didn't even exist. We were in such a moment of flow that someone else showed up and they terrified us because we just kind of had to jump back into reality. And you guys, even to this day, each morning when I do my priming exercise, I think of that moment sitting at the table and just how grateful I was that everything worked out exactly how it was. And that is because I took a leap of faith and I said yes. And you guys, I can't even tell you the residual of that, of saying yes to this thing that I was afraid to say it. I was afraid to commit. I was afraid of having a lot of responsibility, that if I went and saw Tony Robbins live, then maybe I would realize there was a deeper level that I needed to work on, and then I'd be responsible to do it, right? Right? I mean, I'm a coach. I teach women every single day how to push past their fear, up-level their lives, and become better versions of themselves. But sometimes when I'm holding that mirror up for myself, it's a little bit hard. But you guys, I am forever grateful for those moments when I didn't know how something was going to work out. When I felt so much fear that I could literally feel butterflies in my stomach. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know how things were going to work out. And honestly, if I allow that fear, if you allow that fear to stop you and to hold you back from taking action on something that you want, that's not a growth mindset. If you're serious about, stepping out in faith and doing the things that you really truly need to do to grow and to expand and to get your dream clients and start bringing in, making a huge impact in the world. For me, that was the motivation. Money's not my motivation. It's great. It's an amazing energy that we need, right? It's an amazing energy that we need to operate. Because of money, I'm sitting here and there's Wi-Fi throughout my house. Because of money, I'm on a phone speaking to you. Money's an energy. But for me, it was more about not just living my life, but showing up, hopefully inspiring others, and making an impact that was greater than me. If you feel that way, I encourage you, really truly encourage you to take a look. Is there somewhere in your life that you're holding back? What's below that? Like Kayla just said, fear is a liar. It is a lie. And if you keep believing that lie, then it's just going to teach your brain to believe it more. Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you're believing, you will see. So is there an area in your life where you're allowing fear to hold you back? Are you like me, like I was in February? Is there a big decision or a little decision, any decision that you're, hemming and hawing back and forth on that you need to make that is going to help push you to the next level? Imagine what it'll be like when you say yes. Imagine what it'll be like to complete this thing that you want to complete. Imagine how grateful you'll be, the gratitude. Step into that moment. Feel it. Feel how proud you'll feel of yourself. Feel yourself just in huge celebration. For any of you who've been in my programs, you know I'm all about the celebration, and we will celebrate. I want to celebrate with you in advance for the things that you are going to do and the decisions you're going to make. And as a matter of fact, I want to challenge you guys that if you make a decision today, share it. Share it somewhere. I know you guys are in my high vibe tribe, so jump in there, share it in there. Share it on this live. Let me know. Say, hey, Val, I made a decision. I'm all in on this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a leap of faith, and I'm going to figure it out. So ladies, I hope that this message spoke to some of you or one of you or all of you. If it spoke to all of you, I would love to hear that. I would love for you, if you know someone that needs to hear this message, feel free to share it. This is my public page, so feel free to share it. I do more, sometimes more vulnerable or in-depth training in my High Vibe Tribe group. So if you're not a part of that, jump in. Those ones are private because that's a special space for women to get deeper connections. So sometimes the things we share in there are not always for public. However, this one is public, so feel free to share it if you feel inspired to share it. I love you guys so much. And if you are interested in, if you're either a new entrepreneur, you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking for a rock solid marketing plan and launch plan on how to launch your business, launch your services, launch your programs, then definitely reach out to me and let me know that you're interested in my From Passion to Profit program. That's the Audacious Entrepreneur, because I am the Audacious Coach. So reach out to me and let me know. You can also find a link with more information. I can post it in this live if you're interested. But I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.